It is time for your favorite Android podcast from the crew of blindandroidusers.com. Kick back and enjoy another fine episode from these Google fanboys as they navigate Android from a blindness perspective. And now, here are your hosts.
Hello and welcome to episode 57 of the Blind Android Users podcast. I'm Ed Green and I'm joined this week by Warren Carr, Austin Pinto and Fee Dunn, as well as our special guest, Bilal Majid. We're coming to you on Saturday, the 8th of January, 2022. On this episode, we have our usual announcements from Austin, and the remainder of the episode will be devoted to our next must-have apps category. And this week, it's a busy one. It's all about travel and moving around, something I think you'll all agree we haven't been able to do enough of in the last 2 years. Well, let's get to it then. Hello, everyone. How are we all? Bilal, how are you? What's going on?
Just got a new Sony Bravia 2021 43-inch TV. I heard the Sony 2022 came out. You think it says 2022. So that's why he asked me to update 3 times. But luckily I did it.
Nice. Sounds like it
takes ages to update though. But it's a good TV. I mean, I had an LG one, the 2017 model. I think it's 43-inch TV, but it was so slow. It packed up basically. It started crashing every time. And the accessibility on there is not as good as the Sony's.
Oh well, they make nice TVs, so that'll be a good unit in
and
the
nice
4 years.
Phones, I believe.
They do. They make lovely phones. Cheap, not cheap phones, but very nice
they
phones.
They need to provide at least 5 years of updates rather than 1 year.
No one does, apart from Apple. Google. No, they don't. Excellent. Cool. Yeah. Warren, how are you?
Doing well. We've had so much snow and kids loving it because they've only had 1 day of school this week. And other than that, I've been shoveling that thing like crazy. And boy, I tell you, it kind of tells my age that I'm getting tired from just shoveling snow. And I'm like, I'm done with this crap. So you get done and it comes down again, you get done. And so we have over 2 feet of snow when it's all said and done. So, but I'm glad I got that out, and we have a very long drive and then, around the sidewalk and all of that. It was a lot of work for me to do, but I'm glad I'm sitting in here talking with you guys. It's a beautiful day today. We're probably going to be up to like 35 degrees today. So what a change.
Just above zero then. Wow, that's a serious amount of snow, 2 feet of snow. Fee, yeah. I guess it's wet in your bit of London village, is
wet.
It?
Yes, it's wet, and I had to walk to the chemist and back and take an umbrella, and it was all wet and yucky and horrible. But I'm in the warm now, so that's good. It's supposed to be better tomorrow, though, so that'll be good.
So it's not nice and dry and warm in Mumbai, is it, Austin?
No, unfortunately, that cannot be said. I don't know what is happening to the weather. We have suddenly from winter season entered the rainy season, and it's become nice and cold now. So the temperature is going to go down to 12 degrees, maybe tomorrow, day after. And it has rained a lot today. So nice weather here. But the COVID cases are exploding, although not serious, not much hospitalization, but they are exploding.
Now we turn to our announcement section. What have you got, Austin?
This week in the announcements, we have a webinar that Ed and Warren will be attending. It's by Voxmate on 19th at 5 p.m. UK time, 9 a.m. Pacific time, and people are welcome to attend. There is a registration URL that you have to fill, which will be in the show notes. So if you go to our website and on a home page where the podcast heading is, in that you will see the registration link for that URL. You have to register and you'll be able to attend the URL. Or if you cannot attend the webinar, then you can listen to the recording.
Thanks, Austin. And do sign up for that. It should be a good session. They're obviously going to talk about Voxmate, but we'll be talking about Android and why it's so good and why we like it. So chance to hopefully show access technology trainers, family members of people who might be interested, as well as Android users, of course. So do join us for that on 19th of January. The only other announcement is it's a big day for a certain someone on the call tomorrow. It's Bilal's birthday, so very happy returns, Bilal, for tomorrow.
Is this the age where you start feeling ill?
I don't know. I think life
What?
begins. Life begins at. Oh no, that's 40, isn't it? Does it begin at 40 or 30?
I think they say 40.
40
They
is,
say
well,
40. Yeah, what happens at 30? He's not 40.
at 30 years old, Bilal, most women would freeze it right there. But for you, you haven't reached that age where life begins yet. So you're still a young pup.
Okay.
Oh no, I enjoyed my 30s.
Many more, my man. Congratulations. I don't remember what it was when I was 30. That's many moons ago.
My mum, she gave me a present. She gave me a ticket to visit Istanbul.
Ooh,
So,
Nice.
that's rocking, man. Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm going in February and come back in March.
Good.
All going well with COVID and everything. I think it should be fine in Turkey.
Yeah.
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
And now we turn to our next category of must-have apps. And as I was saying at the beginning of the podcast, it's all about travel. Something that I'm sure you'll all agree we haven't been able to do nearly enough of during the COVID pandemic. I mean, I think for me, smartphones have absolutely revolutionized the travel experience. I don't know what you guys think, but, especially coupled hand in hand with GPS apps, which we've already covered. But the ability to be able to have timetabling information, booking stuff on your phone, I think it makes a world of difference. I mean, being able to do it from a computer was one thing, but travel by definition, you're traveling. So, I think the smartphones made a real difference to this. I don't know what you think, Warren.
It is funny you mentioned that, though, Ed, the mobile phone, because I remember, when we were able to travel, just that freedom of being able to right in there within the car, pull my phone out and try to book a room in the next town we're coming to, in like 15 minutes or whatever. It's just amazing. And so the mobile phone has changed a lot in our lives and how we do business, how we travel and all of that, and bookings of rooms or car rentals or flights and things like that. Makes it easier for those of us who are blind, just have your phone and be able to do that at any time that you feel like doing that. I think it's a beautiful thing. So we've got a lot of things that we're demonstrating. I, for one, am demonstrating a couple of these. And my first one up is the Kayak, Kayak. And here is my Kayak demonstration. This is demonstrating Kayak, Kayak. Today, I'll be demonstrating this using the Eloquence TTS engine and doing this on my Pixel 5a running Android 12 and TalkBack 12.1. I am on my home screen now, and I will find and tap on Kayak.
Kayak. Kayak. Kayak. Sign in and save.
Upon launching the app, we are told, sign up and save. In other words, if you sign up, you may get some perks by signing in and things like that. Or if you sign in, you get special cuts because of being a member and things like that. I'll put my finger down near the top as I always do because we need to explore the app and find out the layout of the app and all of that before we go to signing in and all of that. The whole idea here is not necessarily to sign in, but to show you the UI of the app so that when it comes time for you to travel, you could find where to stay, or if you're looking for a car or flight and things like that. I'll now put my finger down near the top of the phone.
Kayak image.
Putting my finger down, it says Kayak image.
Track prices, organize travel plans, and access member-only deals with your Kayak account.
Exactly. So that's what they are talking about.
Continue with Google.
You could continue with Google.
More sign-in options.
More signing in options.
By signing up, you accept our terms and conditions and privacy policy.
Okay.
Skip button.
You could skip that. Now, if we decide to tap on skip for giggles, let's go ahead and tap on skip.
Turn notifications into vacations. Enable notifications so you never miss a great deal.
That's what we're told when I tap on skip.
Allow notifications button. Allow notifications.
There's allow notifications
Close button.
or close. I'm going to tap on close for now.
Welcome to Kayak Explorer waving hand. Ready to collect 2,000 Explorer points?
All right.
Close.
Or close.
Kayak. Hey there, welcome to Kayak.
All right, so we're told, hey there, welcome to Kayak. I will now look around and tell you what we have here in the menu eye. I'll put my finger near the top left corner and see if we have anything on the top left corner.
Hey there, welcome to Kayak.
So below that, hey there, welcome to Kayak, we have
Open navigation drawer button.
open navigation drawer, and that's there below that welcome message, which is found near the top left corner of the phone. And just below that is that open navigation. In other words, tapping on the navigational drawer. I'm going to move my finger to the right edge of the phone, see if there's anything on the right edge.
Sign in.
There to the right edge at the top, we have a sign in. So if you have an account, then you could tap here to sign in. Now I'm going to go back toward the left and move my finger from there downward and see what we find below that navigational drawer.
Open navigation drawer button.
Now I'll move my finger downwards. Below that, here's what I find. I'm moving my finger down.
Flights.
We have flights, and then to the right of that,
Stays.
stays. So you're wanting to stay in a hotel or maybe in a B&B or something like that. Next, to the right of that, I have
Cars.
cars. And so these are tabs. So basically 3 tabs from there below the navigational drawer. We have the 3 tabs, flights, stays, and cars. If I move my finger down below the flights,
Find a flight.
it says find a flight, and I move my finger down again.
Price freeze.
There's price freeze.
Destinations you can travel to now. Popular destinations open to most visitors from the United States.
So basically what you got here is that you have some thing relating to the flights and all of that. And I think that's selected by default. If I tap on the stay tab,
Stays. Showing items 1 to 3 of 8.
let's see what it says when I tap on stays.
Find a place to stay. Recent searches.
And recent searches. So if I wanted to find a place to stay, for example, I'll move my finger back up and tap on where it says find a place to stay. I hope that's how it works. Let's tap on that, see what happens.
Find a place to stay.
Tap.
Kayak. Enter a city, point of interest, or property name. Edit box. Showing
That pops up my keyboard asking me to type in the name of the place I want to go to, or, the town I'm going to and things like that.
Showing past.
I just hit the back key and I'm going to go back to the tabs, basically where we have the flights, stays, and cars. Now let's tap on the first tab, which is flights.
Flights. Showing items 2 to 6 of 10.
Tapping on flights, here's what we got.
Find a flight.
If I tap here,
Kayak. Enter a city, airport, or place. Edit box. Showing English.
that's where I type in where I'm going to be traveling from.
Swap origin and destination airports. Button.
I'll move my finger to the right. There's a swipe destinations.
Add nearby airports. 1 of 4. And list 4 items.
And
Switch off.
in other words, if you turn this checkbox on or this switch on, you could find flights from nearby locations besides the location in your city. In other words, from other airports nearby your location so that you could find cheaper prices.
Current location 2 of 4.
So my current location,
Anywhere 3 of 4.
anywhere.
Tip. Sign in to view your recent searches 4 of 4.
And of course, if I still want to type in a destination where I'm coming from or leaving from, then I'll just go ahead and type that here on my keyboard. I'm going to go back from
Keyboard hidden.
here and close my
Kayak.
keyboard. Let's now go to the same place near the top below the navigation drawer where we have those 3 tabs. And of course, our third tab is the car.
Cars.
Cars. There we go.
Showing items 4 to 5 of 5.
I tap on cars, and here's what we got.
Find a rental car.
Find a rental car. So if I tap here,
Kayak. Enter a city, airport, or address. Edit box. Showing English, US, QWERTY.
so you have the idea. It's the same kind of idea whether you're looking for a flight or looking for a place to stay. Basically, it's one and the same approach.
Current location, 1 of 2.
Yes,
List,
current
2
location.
items. Tip. Sign in to view your recent searches, 2 of 2.
And I'm going to close
Current
out of
location.
here.
Keyboard hidden.
And now let's go look at the navigation drawer and see what we have in the navigation drawer.
Close, button. Open navigation drawer, button.
Tap here.
Menu. Sign in, button.
Tapping on that navigation drawer, we have items like sign in,
Search.
search,
Trips.
and trips. Basically, if I have trips that I've planned in the past, if I tap here, I'll see my upcoming trips. Of course, this is the first time I'm installing the app, so I don't have any such trips waiting.
Price alerts.
Price alerts. If I tap here, there are prices that I'm being alerted of. Those would be here, most especially if prices of a place I've looked at or some destination I want to travel to. And I'm looking for cuts and things like that. When there are cheaper prices, those alerts would be found in here.
Explore.
And then there's the Explore
Profile.
and Profile. That's when you go in and manage all your logging information and all of that.
Region, United States.
Region, of course, depending on where you're at, it will say the name of your region or your country. You could tap in here and go choose a different region if you're not in the United States. But I think that because this is based on location, it would automatically find out what location you're at. And if not, you tap here and go choose the region that you're coming from. For example, if I tap here, it will show us all the different regions across the world. I'll tap here for just a sec.
Kayak. South Africa, enlist.
We got South Africa,
Suomi. Sverige. Turkey. United Arab Emirates. United Kingdom.
and on it goes. Now below our region, we have,
Currency, dollar, USD.
there we go. And that's the last item in the navigation drawer. I will go back.
Hey there, welcome to Kayak.
And now, like I said earlier, on the top right corner is your sign in if you have an account. If I tap on that sign in, for example,
Sign in. Kayak. Navigate up, button.
tapping on sign in, here's what we've got.
Sign in and save.
Sign in and save.
Track prices, organize travel plans, and access member-only deals with your Kayak account.
That's the whole idea about signing in.
Continue with Google.
And then we have that same thing that we saw earlier. You can continue with Google or
More sign-in options.
more signing in options. Let's see what we have here in the more signing in options.
Sign-in options. Cancel.
Tapping on the more signing in options, we got the following.
Continue with email.
There's email,
Or booking.com.
booking.com,
Facebook.
and that's the last one. Now I go back to the menu I, and below all of that we see
Tools. Travel like a pro.
there's tools, and below the tools we have
Flight tracker. 1 of 2.
there's a
List.
flight
2
tracker.
items.
It's going to track your flight, and then there's another tab to the right of that.
Measure your bag. 2 of 2.
Go ahead and measure your bags. You know how it is, and they tell you, hey, you shouldn't be more than 50 pounds, or whatever the case may be. This is how you go about measuring your bag. I don't know how that could work, but, have a scale or whatever, put it on, and it'll probably figure out that for you. Now, below that, we have
Top 10 trending cities. See what's popular with other travelers. Out of list.
And these are like suggested cities that you could travel to. And since my location or destination is currently within the United States, my guess is that most of these things are going to be from within the United States. I'll put my finger down and explore here bravely and see what we have.
Orlando, Florida. Cars from $12 plus. 1 of 10.
There's
Enlist. 10
Orlando.
items. Denver, Colorado. Cars from $30.
Ah, my old stomping ground.
New York, New York. Cars from $30 plus. 3 of 10. Los Angeles, California. Cars from $29 plus. 4 of 10. Las Vegas, Nevada. Cars from $30 plus. 5 of 10.
Wow.
Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Cars from $8 plus. 6 of 10.
Hey, I'll take
Showing
that.
light. San Francisco, California. Cars from $38 plus.
No,
7
please.
of 10. Phoenix, Arizona. Cars from $25 plus. 8 of 10. Chicago, Illinois. Cars from $46
No,
plus.
thank you very
9 of
much.
10. Tampa, Florida. Cars from $25 plus. 10 of 10. Showing item 10.
So those are some quick destinations that one could choose to go to and, get a rental and all of that. And all that you need to do is just show your ID when you get there and pick up your car. At the bottom of all of that, we don't have any tabs. So all the tabs are found near the top. And that's it about Kayak. Kayak. Enjoy that travel.
Thanks, Warren. I've always liked the Kayak site. It's one of my preferred booking methods. Kayak, one of the simpler ones to use.
And, the good thing is that, it pulls a lot of things from other sites as well. And this is the beauty of that because you get to compare different prices. You always, if you're like me, El Cheapo, you want to find the best thing for less. And that's the whole idea. And so I'm so much into using things of this nature and be able to, make the dollar stretch a little bit. So it's nice to have something like this to do things with.
I'm going to have to pull you up, Warren. You certainly want to find things for less. You never really want to find the best things for less, do you? Because you buy pixels.
There goes that three-legged hyena again.
You certainly like spending less, just not necessarily on the best things.
Oh, here we go.
What shall we do? What can we do? It's just Ed.
we missed all the pixel jokes for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm back with brand new material, as you'll see. New targets or not. And now Warren demonstrates Priceline.
This is demonstrating Priceline. I'll be demonstrating Priceline on my Pixel 5a running Android 12 and TalkBack 12.1. For speech services, I'll be using Eloquence. I am on my home screen now and I'll navigate my way to the icon for Priceline. Priceline is one of the oldest services there, and I think Priceline was introduced back in 1997, if memory serves me right. I will find the icon for Priceline and tap on it.
Priceline. Priceline. Allow Priceline to access this device's location while using the app button.
The first thing we have is about location. Of course, if I'm going to be traveling from my location where I'm located at and finding good prices, of course, I'll need to allow it to have access to it. For instance, now, though, I will only allow it while I'm using the app. In other words, if I am not using the app, if I have not launched the app, do not go about looking for my location. So I'm going to tap here, allow while I'm using the app.
Use current location. Priceline. App inbox.
I am now in the menu eye of the app, and I'm going to put my finger down so I could show you what we have in the menu eye. As always, I'll start from the very top left corner, and I'll put my finger down near the top left and see what we have starting from the top left corner of the phone.
Priceline.
It simply says Priceline. And I don't see anything below that. So I'm going to move to the right from the top left corner, moving my finger right. Now I've got
App inbox.
There's an app inbox. So it has its own inbox. In other words, if you have any messages about your trip, or maybe some special services or whatever the case may be, or they have some special prices for you, it will be here in the inbox. To the right of that, we've got
More options button.
more options, and we'll come back to that later on and see what's there. But for now, let's proceed downwards and see what we have in the menu eye of the app. Moving my finger down now.
Current location, edit box. Where are you going?
Current location, where am I going? And it's an edit box. So if I'm going to Florida or going to some other place now that we have so much snow, I wish I could go to Florida or some nice destination like that. Below that, let's keep going.
Use current location button selected.
Use current location, and it's selected because I told it to allow my location while I'm using the app, so it knows where I'm at, and all that I need to do is type in where I'm going up there in the edit box.
Thursday, Jan 6, edit box, check in.
And next we have the check-in. What time am I checking in? And of course today I'm recording this on Thursday, and it automatically sees that today is Thursday. And then next,
Friday, Jan 7, edit box, check out.
Checkout date is Friday, and
One room.
you could choose one room. I'm just moving my finger.
Deduct a room button disabled.
Deduct a room. In other words, if I had typed in more than one room and then I decided I want to remove one of the rooms, then I'll tap on deduct a room and it will take the number of rooms down. But since I haven't added any more rooms besides the one by default, that deduct a room is disabled.
Add room button.
Now the add room is active. If I wanted two
Media
rooms,
control.
I could tap on add room and it will add another room to the number of rooms.
Search hotels button.
And then there's a search hotels. Now move my finger down and here's what we find.
Become a Priceline VIP. Log in or sign up for free to unlock incredible deals and benefits. Sign up and list.
So there we are again. They all have these perks. If you're a member, you want to sign in, so you'll be tracking your benefits and all of that.
Price was $139. Price is now $125. Hilton Garden Inn Yakima. Showing items.
I'm just moving my finger down. But let's go toward the bottom because I think there are tabs there at the bottom. By default, we're in the hotel mode. And I'm going to put my finger down near the bottom, starting from the bottom left.
Hotels tab selected 1 of 4.
And of course, hotels, the one that's selected by default. And we're told that there are a total of 4 tabs. To the right of that, we have
Cars tab 2 of 4.
We have cars to the right of that.
Flights tab 3 of 4.
Flights, and one more tab, and that will be
Trips tab 4 of 4.
And that would be where you could track your trips and the upcoming trips and all of that. So that's what we have there at the bottom. So of course it's going to follow the same approach. In other words, whether I tap on flights or on cars, it's going to ask where I'm traveling to, or where I would like to go and things like that, and show me what I have in those areas, or what flights I have here in my area and things like that. Let's go back now toward the top and tap on that more options and see what we find on that more options found near the top right corner of the phone.
More options. Pop-up window. Sign in and list.
Tapping on that more options, we have the sign in, and below that we've got the following.
Create account.
Create an account.
Notifications.
Notifications.
Text Priceline.
You could text them actually. That's beautiful.
About Priceline.
About Priceline.
Best price guarantee.
Best price guaranteed.
Terms and conditions.
Terms and conditions.
Privacy policy. Frequently asked questions. App version.
And that's all that we have in that more options. I'll now go back to the menu eye.
Priceline. More options.
Before we bring this to a close, let's go ahead now and tap on flights, for example, see if anything different that we saw in hotels.
Price was $98. Flights, tab, 3 of 4, and list. Price was $90. Flights, tab, 3 of 4. Economy, selected. Google Play Store. Update.
Tapping on flights, it is chosen by default economy. Of course, you don't want to fly economy. You could change to business or first class, whatever your money permits you to do. And I'm going to put my finger near the top now and see what we've got.
The Priceline recommends that you update to the latest version. You can keep using this app while downloading the update.
Okay.
No thanks. Button.
So,
Update.
update.
Button. Priceline. Flights. Tab. Selected. 3 of 4.
All right. Put my finger down.
Round trip. Radio button. Selected. 1 of 2. Enlist. 2 items.
Putting my finger down, we have round trip, which is selected by default. And to the right of that,
one way. Radio button. Not selected.
We have
2.
one way. Now below the radio buttons, whether you're going round trip or one way, we've got
YKM Yakima, Washington. Edit box. Where from? Out of list.
Below that is the name of the city that we would like to fly out of. And by default, since it has my location, the closest airport to me is Yakima, Washington. So that's where I'll be typing it. If you're in a different place, of course, it's going to say the name of the airport that's closest to you. And now to the right of that city that I'm going to be traveling from, we have the to city. In other words, the airport I want to fly to.
Where to? Edit box.
That's the next one. Now, below that, we have the date.
Thursday, Jan 6. Edit box. Departing.
We have the date that one would like to depart on. And then to the right of that,
Friday, Jan 7. Edit box. Returning.
And the return date. I kind of like the layout of the app. Now, below all of that is
drop-down list. 1 passenger.
We have the number of passengers, and that's the first drop-down box. Now, to the right of that, we have
drop-down list, economy.
What kind of class you would like on that airplane, whether you want economy seating or you want something more luxurious. This is where you could tap to choose. Now, below all of those two, we have
non-stop flights, checkbox, not checked.
You could check that if that's what you want, but I realize that sometimes when you don't check this, you may get cheaper prices. Let's go down.
Search flights, button.
And there's the search flight. And that will be your short demo of the Priceline app.
One of the other things, just while we're on, we're going to go local in a minute, but while we're on flight apps, something, the use case for this will be fairly limited, but Warren was talking about being able to book a hotel room when your itineraries become a bit clearer and you're driving to the next town. If you know that you have a connecting flight that you're going to miss because, maybe your current flight is circling, as soon as it touches down, obviously you don't want to use your phone in situations you're not allowed to, but sometimes these apps will let you get the jump on, and not necessarily Priceline and Kayak, but whichever airline you're traveling with. These apps might let you get the jump on the people on your plane who are all going to go to the connections desk to try and sort out their connections. If you're smart, because it takes a while to deplane, once you've landed, you can potentially get the jump on them, effectively skip the queue by using one of these apps, fire it up and sort yourself out before 300 people pile into that connection desk or wherever everyone's going. So something else just to think about. Now we're going to go local. Fee is going to demonstrate the taxi app Uber.
This is an app for getting an Uber car driver, usually, unless you need a larger one, in which case they send you a people carrier and you do have to pay more. I demonstrated booking a journey that I regularly do. So here's my demo. This is a demo of Uber using my Samsung Galaxy S9, but I switched off voice assistant and I'm using Talkback, and it is Talkback 12 point something. So it should be a similar experience to my newer phone, which isn't set up on Uber yet. So I'm going to open Uber from the screen where all the apps are, because Google wouldn't open it. It only opened Uber Eats, which was irritating, especially since I hardly ever use it and it's quite an annoying app. The Uber app to get a ride, however, is better. This app will generally get you a car, or if you want to order for more than 3 people, then you get a people carrier type of thing. This is not an app to get you a black cab. So I'll open it.
Uber. Grid. Set the mood on your trip. Out of list.
When you first use Uber, you have to set it up with your phone number and I think an email address as well. Yes, because they email you your receipts. So you have to do that the first time, but once you've set up your account, it remembers those details. So I've already done that on this phone. So what choices do we have here?
Ride in comfort. Ride, but food, butter, 2 wheels, but grocery, but enter destination, but schedule. Enter schedule a trip button. Tap here to go to Ealing Green Church Hall, Ealing GN, Ealing, W5, 5QT, GB. Ealing Green Church Hall, Ealing GN, Ealing, W5, 5QT, GB. Double tap.
I've been there before. So you can get groceries, you can hire a bike. Not much good if you're blind, I know, but it's there. Riding comfort, I think you get a posher vehicle. I've never done it because it costs more. So I'm not going to search for a new place. I'm just going to show you how I'd book to go to a place I've been to before. But what I will say is that you can open the search thing and type in the name of the place or the address of the place, and it will find the postcode and stuff for you. But it's always worth checking before you double tap on it to make sure you've definitely got the right place. For example, if you were going to a particular restaurant, particularly if you live in somewhere big like London, like I do, there might be various branches of that one, so you'd need to make sure you've picked the one you actually want and not the wrong one. So do read the address carefully before you choose it.
Tap here to go to Ealing Broadway
Green
Railway Station, Eel, the Broadway, Ealing, W5, 2NU, GB.
So I've got Ealing Broadway Railway Station as well.
Tap here to go to Ealing Green Church Hall, Ealing GN.
I'm going to go to Ealing Green Church. I'm actually not. I'm going to pretend though. So I'll pick that.
Back button. You choose a trip or swipe up for more. Selected UberX, £7.43. Estimated time 14:17. Drop to off. Seats 3 button. Double tap to activate.
So it tells you how many people that seats, which is 3. Well, if it was just me going, that would be fine. I have had an Uber before where there were 4 of us. Now, I don't know whether this is post-pandemic, but nobody's allowed to ride in the front at the moment, and I do think that's a COVID thing. So yes, when there were 4 of us once, we had to have a people carrier, and it did cost considerably more. But it was probably still cheaper than 2 separate vehicles, but yeah, it's worth knowing about. Whereas if you order a black cab, you can fit about 5 or 6 people in. They do cost more, but yeah, it's worth knowing. So I can have UberX, which is just the normal Uber.
Uber XL, £10.86. Estimated time 14:19. Drop to off. Seats 5 button. Double tap to activate.
So that's the bigger one, seats 5 XL.
Comfort, £8.67. Estimated time 14:20. Drop to off. Seats 3 button. Double tap to activate.
I don't know why it says drop 2 off. That's weird. Maybe it's because it's got a hyphen and it's saying that as 2. Very odd. So the choices are UberX, Uber XL and Comfort. If I swipe to the next bit, it will tell me what Visa card I've set up. If I swipe past that,
Visa confirm UberX button. Confirm UberX.
It'll say confirm UberX.
Confirm UberX.
Now, I don't actually want this UberX, but I happen to know that by hitting confirm UberX, it won't
confirm UberX.
Ask it to come yet. So I'll do that because I want to show you what happens next.
Double tap to activate.
So what happens next is I've got a new screen and it says selected pickup location and it tells me where it thinks I am at the moment. This is another thing that you need to check before you definitely select it, because it's using sat nav, and for example it might think you're at number 57 but you're actually at number 53 or something, and so you could end up waiting what the app sees as in the wrong place and then miss your Uber. So I'm going to swipe past the location where it's saying I am, because of privacy.
Select confirm pickup button. Confirm pickup. Double tap to activate.
I'm
Double
not...
tap to activate.
Oh, okay, I'll confirm pickup because I know that it'll do something else. It keeps saying confirm. And I think this is a bit misleading because it then sounds like you're ordering, but you're not, because it then does this.
Menu button. Trip information. Uber London has accepted your booking. Trip information.
Oh crap.
Menu. Trip. Uber London has accepted your booking. Finding your ride.
No,
Menu
I don't want it.
Trip information. Drop off at Ealing Green. Menu. Trip information. Drop off by 1421. Double tap to it. Drop off by pickup. Drop. Destination. £7. Riding with. Cancel.
I'll cancel that.
No. Button. Yes. We're almost finished finding your ride. No. Yes. Uber.
Yes, I've cancelled.
Uber X3. Uber. Back. Button. Fares are slightly higher due to increased demand.
That was a bit of a mess. I accidentally ordered my ride, and the reason I did that is because normally it asks you to, or it has asked you to wear a mask and sanitise your hands, and then you had to click agree and ride, tap agree and ride. But it didn't this time. So I was like, oh no, I've actually booked it, so I cancelled it now. I hope they don't charge me for that. I'll soon find out. Anyway, it's gone back to a previous screen, and I want to show you what it's now saying, because Uber these days often does this, and it didn't used to, and it's something worth knowing about, because it can get expensive.
Selected, Uber X, £9.64, estimated time 14:22, drop to off, seats 3, button, double
Now,
tap to activate.
Have you noticed that that's for the same journey, and suddenly it's £2 or so more expensive? Just above that it says...
Fares are slightly higher due to increased demand.
Fares are slightly higher due to increased demand. Slightly higher? Up from £7 something to £9 something. That's nearly a third. I wouldn't say that's slightly higher. I'd say that's considerably higher, personally. So let's try the Comfort and the XL ones and see how much they've gone up.
Select Uber XL, £14.10, estimated time 14:23, drop to off, seats 5, button.
I
double
can't
tap to
remember
activate.
how much it said before, but yeah, that's definitely more.
Comfort, £11.25, estimated time 14:24, drop to off.
I think that was about
double tap to activate.
£8 something before. So within a couple of minutes, literally, I've edited out just a little bit because my phone started dinging and binging with emails and WhatsApps. Because this is an older phone, so Do Not Disturb doesn't work as well on the Galaxy S9 as it does on my lovely new S20 FE, which stops all the dinging and binging. I've literally edited about 30 seconds out, and in the space of 3 or 4 minutes at the most, the price has suddenly gone up. There's 3 reasons I can see this might have happened. One is that there are just more people going out and ordering Ubers. Number 2 is it's raining, so people might order more Ubers rather than walk to places or walk to bus stops or tube stations. And number 3 is that there is engineering work on the local underground line, making travelling around rather more difficult. I'm going to have to get some sort of taxi to church tomorrow because of that, which is annoying. Anyway, So you do have to check the price before you book an Uber, because you might get a nasty shock if you don't. So I'm back to the home screen now. I will just do a quick search for somewhere just to show you how easy that is.
Set the mood on your trip. Ride in comfort. Ride button. Food button. 2 wheels. Grocery. Enter destination button.
Okay, I've edited out because it's said pick up location, and I don't want that on the podcast, but then it says
Where to button.
where to.
Double tap. English, UK, QWERTY keyboard shown.
Sainsbury's.
Samsung keyboard. DX, DS, S, A, I, spacebar M, N, D, S.
Now let's see what I've got in the results.
Add another Sainsbury's, Lower Richmond Road, Richmond, UK, button, 3 of 6. Sainsbury's Local, Bollow Bridge Road, London, UK, button, 2 of 6. Sainsbury's, Essex Place, London, UK, button, 1 of 6. Double tap.
So,
Mrs. Destination location.
if I don't know the exact name of the particular branch of Sainsbury's, for example, which is a supermarket here in the UK, I could just type the beginning of the word Sainsbury's like I just did, and then it will list them and I can pick one. So that's, and then I would just double tap it and that would be the destination. While you're waiting, it will give you an ETA, estimated time of arrival, and that will go down gradually. So it'll be like 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes. Sometimes it goes up again slightly, I guess, if the traffic is bad or something. Some Uber drivers are particularly bad with picking up people with guide dogs. They shouldn't be, it's against the law, but they can be. I've heard of people not being picked up, blind people, but they weren't wearing their mask. So my advice would be, so that you can't possibly not get picked up, make sure, unless you're exempt, make sure you've got your mask on when the app says, for example, the Uber is 1 minute away. But there are some lovely drivers too, but I just think it's only fair to warn you, okay, that's not part of the actual design of the app, but it is part of the Uber experience, so it's something worth knowing. So that is how to use Uber.
And again, it's over to Fee with a demo of something that definitely is a taxi app, Gett.
Yep, and this one, I booked the same journey just to show how that would work. And it wasn't quite so exciting in that I didn't accidentally order a car by mistake and then have to quickly cancel it. Yes, this is a short demo of the Gett app, and it's spelt Gett. I'm going to demonstrate the Gett app with my Samsung Galaxy S20 FE. Open Gett.
Opening Gett. Jet. Invite friends. Class picker. Selected classes. Selected class under 2 minutes. Jet green under 2 minutes. Jet electric over 4 minutes.
So
WAV.
I want
selected class under 2 minutes. Jet green under 2 minutes.
So say if I want a green taxi where I donate some money to green causes, I can select that.
Green donation. £1.19. OK. Button. Jet. Selected class jet green under 2 minutes.
But I don't want that, so I'm going to put it back to taxi.
Jet taxi under 2 minutes.
So I left swiped one to get back to taxi. And then double tapped it.
Jet. Selected class jet taxi under 2 minutes.
So this will get me a black cab.
Jet taxi XL under 4 minutes.
So you can get an extra large taxi as well.
Search address button.
My phone knows where I am. So it said search address, and then next to that it's got my address, which I will edit out because obviously privacy.
Set pickup button.
And next to that it says set pickup. So I'm going to do that.
Navigate up button. Jet. Class picker. Selected classes. Jet green, under 2 minutes. Jet electric, over 4 minutes.
So they're the ones that aren't selected. So I don't know why it doesn't say selected classes taxi, which it is, but anyway, it doesn't for some reason.
WAV, and Jet taxi XL, and set pickup time current, now, in list.
So I could book it to be in the future, like my journey to church tomorrow morning, but I'm actually just going to book that when I want it.
Now. Book a future ride.
So it's just told me set pickup location current and given me my address, which again I'll edit out.
Set destination.
So
back button.
I want
Out of
to
list.
set the destination, so I've double tapped that.
Search set location on search address. Edit box.
I'm going to double tap that to make the edit box work.
English UK.
And I've
QWERTY
got my
showing
Bluetooth
Samsung.
keyboard to make things a bit
Keyboard hidden.
quicker.
EALING Ealing GEEN Green A Church. Space deleted. Set location not Ealing. Church of God. Ealing Green Church. Ealing Green, London, UK. Church of God of Prophecy. Ealing Road, Wembley, UK.
This is why I say you've got to check your address carefully, because Ealing Green Church is where I want. The next one, which is...
Ealing Road Methodist Church. Ealing Road,
Oh.
Wembley, UK.
And there's an Ealing Methodist Church as well in Wembley. Wembley and Ealing are completely different parts of London. So I want the first one.
Church of Ealing Green Church. Ealing Green, London, UK.
So I'll tap that. Double tap.
Jet. Set destination current. Ealing Green Church. In list.
So I'm going to check.
Set pickup location current.
My
40.
pickup-
Set destination current. Ealing Green Church.
Yeah.
Clear destination button.
So I could clear the destination and change it if I suddenly think, oh no, I don't want to go to Ealing Green Church, actually. I want to go to somewhere else.
Select a payment method current.
I haven't got a payment method selected at the moment because I had to newly set up the account, but normally that would be my debit card.
Add a debit stroke credit card. Note to driver optional. Note to driver optional.
The note to driver bit is really good because you can say things like, I'm blind, so please speak to me when you arrive, or anything you need to tell the driver, really. Please help me with my bag, or, you know, anything you need them to know. So that's quite handy. I've never seen an ability to do that in the Uber app.
Est £11.16 meter.
So the estimated fare is £11.16. It's not always quite that amount. And yes, that does cost more than Uber, but Uber went up within a couple of minutes. And I've had journeys before where it said it's going to be about £9 and then it's actually, you know, gone up a bit. So at least with this Gett thing, I think it's more honest about what the fare is going to be. And you do tend to get really good drivers. Plus, at the moment with COVID, the screen between you and the driver, not a thing to do with the app, but to do with the taxi experience compared with the Uber experience.
Price info button.
There's a price info button. I won't tap that, but that would give you more of a detailed breakdown, I suppose, of how much the driver gets and how much the company gets, because Gett do get some money for having the app and making it so that the taxi drivers get the ride.
Order now.
Then there's the order now button. I'm not going to press it because I don't want to accidentally order a cab I don't need. But then that's it. And once you've ordered, it gives you an ETA of how long they're going to be, which is especially useful. Well, it's always useful, but it's especially useful, for example, if it's raining and they're going to be another 10 minutes and you don't want to be standing out in the rain until they're nearly here. Again, they ask you to wear a mask at the moment. So that's how you use Gett.
Thanks, Fee. And the Gett app's one that I use occasionally. I haven't used Uber for a little while, but I've used that as well. But
they're getting expensive now. Sometimes if it's raining or there's a tube strike or something, they suddenly hike their prices up. And I actually came across that during the demo. So all of a sudden, it was within about 5 minutes or less, it had gone up by £2, the same journey.
Now we are moving to public transport, and I'm going to demonstrate an app which is available in a number of cities and countries around the world, Moovit. Hello everyone, I'm Ed Green, and today I'm going to demonstrate the transport app, Moovit. Moovit's a great app if you want to plan a journey to a particular location from where you currently are, as well as for looking up where your nearest or favourite bus stops are, when the next buses or trains there are due, and also if you want to look at what bus or train lines might be nearby, you can do that as well and find out when they're due that way. So I've got the app open on my screen. I'm going to start actually at the bottom of the screen where there are 3 tabs because they affect the rest of the screen content, and I think it'll make more sense if you know where we are first. So I'm going to touch the bottom left-hand tab.
Directions tab selected. Position 1 of 3.
And this is primarily the route you'll use to plan a journey. So let's go ahead and do that.
Word home. Tap to set. Advert. Where do you want to go? Double tap to activate. Double tap to Showing English, UK, QWERTY, keyboard. Locations. Editing. Type an address or location. Edit box. Double tap and hold to long press. Editing options available. Use swipe up then right to view.
So here we are. So I'm going to key in, I think, Buckingham Palace.
Buckingham Palace. Edit box. Type an address or location. Keep clear query. But stations and list. Buckingham Palace Road, Bressenden Place, Victoria. Line timetable for places. Buckingham Palace, London, UK. Buckingham Palace. Double tap to activate.
That's the one I want.
Plan a journey. Navigate up button out from your current switch directions button to Buckingham Palace, London, UK. Double time. Depart now. Select departure time. Double tap to activate.
I'm just navigating this resultant screen.
Filter button. Double tap to activate.
Now, filters will show you different sorts of routes. So it'll show you the fastest route, the route with least walking, perhaps the route with least changes. It'll let you select or deselect different transport modes as well if you have a preference. So quite a useful thing to go into.
Unlabeled. Find route save. Add. OpenStreetMap. Navigation bar. Recent apps key. Plan a journey. Unlabeled. Find route save. Add. Open. Find routes.
Find routes is what we want. So I'm going to hit the find route button.
Navigate up button. From your current location. Switch directions button. Double tap to activate.
Now, when we navigate to the first route, it's a little bit garbled. So I'll play it, but then I'll just double tap it because it makes much more sense once you've actually opened it. You'll see what I mean in a minute.
To Buckingham Palace, London, UK. Time. Depart now. Select departure time. Filter button. Add and list. Unlabeled. Amazon photo. 90%. Install now. Suggested routes. Route 1 or Tube Line District or Tube Line District or Tube Line District and walk 9 minutes. Total time 31 minutes. Fare is £2.50. Leaves in 12 minutes from West Kensington. 31 minutes. Double tap to activate.
So it wasn't presented in the best
Route 1
way
or
there,
Tube Line District. Directions. Navigate up button out of list.
It ought
Double
to make
tap to
much more
activate.
sense now that we're in it.
Directions. Total journey time 31 minutes. Earlier button. This journey begins at 22:16 until 22:47. Later button. Leave your current location at 22:16. Leave at 22:16 from your current location. Walk to West Kensington. Enter at North End Road. 310 m 4 minutes. Walk to.
That's right. That's where West Kensington Tube Station is.
More info. Image. Wait for one of these options. Line district, parking expected arrival time. 1 minute. The next arrival after that is in 11 minutes, line district, Upminster. Expected arrival time. 5 minutes. Wait for one of these options. Line district, parking expected arrival time. 1 minute. The next arrival after that is in 10 minutes, line district, Upminster. Expected arrival time. 6 minutes.
So a little bit verbose, but you'll see it's telling you when the anticipated trains are.
Show another option. Travel to St. James Park, exit at Palmer Street, 6 stops, 13 minutes.
So that's really helpful. It's told you which exits it is. It's told you how many stops it is.
More info, image. Walk to Buckingham Palace, London, UK, 700 m 9 minutes. Walk to.
And it's told us it's a 9-minute walk from there. Now, if I carry on flicking through, at the very end of this, there's a go button, which would then give me live directions as I walked if I wanted it to do that. The other good thing about planning your route via the journey planner, even if you know, broadly speaking, which way you're going to go, is that Moovit will notify you when you're close to your stop. Our buses in London talk typically, but if the talking buses aren't working for whatever reason, or especially obviously if it's an unfamiliar route, then you might well want to do it this way, just so that it does notify you once you reach your destination. So I'm going to come out of the Journey Planner tab.
Navigate up button. Plan a journey. Route 1. Navigate up button. Move it. Where do you want to go? Double tap the recent journeys. Recent journey stations tab. Position 2 of 3. Double tap to activate.
This is the next tab. Stations. Let's see what we've got in here.
Stations. Stations tab selected. Position 2 of 3. Lines tab. Position 3. Selected. Nearby stops. Tab 1 of 2. And list 2 items.
So we have 2 tabs sort of in probably a third of the way down the screen. There's nearby.
Favorites. Tab 2 of 2. Double tap to activate.
And favorites. I don't have anything in favorites because this is a relatively fresh install of the app. So let's just carry on looking at nearby stations.
Station Lytton Estate. R is 2 minutes walk away from you. Lines 306, 28, and 28. Stop here and list. Double tap to activate.
I'll open this up.
Stop. Navigate up button out of list. Double tap to activate.
Had I continued to swipe right, it would have actually told me what the next couple were, but I thought for expediency, we'll just go into this and have a look.
Bus. Open map. More options. Lytton Estate, IDR, and list. Lytton next arrivals, based on the vehicle's GPS location.
So that's good. It's not giving us the published timetable. It's based on the vehicle's GPS location. That's quite helpful.
Line 28, towards Wandsworth. Expected arrival time. 5 minutes. The next arrival after that is in 17 minutes, line status. Service changed. Double tap to activate.
So if I were to double tap that line, it would show me the various stops on that line. So I could have a little look at those if I wanted to get a rough idea as to how many stops it was between where I am and wherever it was I wanted to go.
Line 306, towards Fulham, Sands End. Expected arrival time. 10 minutes, line status. Service changed. Double tap to activate.
And so we've got the other line at stop in 10 minutes, the 306, as you heard. So I'm going to come out of this.
Navigate up button. Move it. Station Lytton Estate. R is 2 minutes. Stations tab selected. Lines tab. Position 3 of 3.
And the third tab on here is the Lines tab. So if you double tap this.
Lines. Lines tab selected. Position 3 of 3.
We have various tabs here for the different lines available.
Line 1, towards Catalan favorite lines, tab 1 of 9, and list all, tab 2 of 9. Selected, bus, tab 3 of 9. Train, tab 4 of 9. Tube, tab 5 of 9. Tramlink, tab 6 of 9. DLR, tab 7 of. Airline, tab 8 of. River bus, tab 9 of 9. Double tap to activate.
In order to use the Lines tab most effectively, you're probably best off searching. The Stations tab really is better for what's immediately around you. But let's say I wanted to know about the bus number 11.
Tube, tab, menu, button, out of list. Search for a line. Train. Selected. Bus. Menu, button, out. Search for a line. Showing English, UK, QWERTY, keyboard. Move it. Editing, search for a bus line, edit box. Double tap and hold to long press. Editing options available. Use swipe up then right to view.
I'll search for the 11. That goes from Fulham to Liverpool Street.
Board. Symbol keyboard. 1. Show. Move it. Line S1. Board. 1. Out of list. Double tap to act. 1. 1. Search. Line 117. Towards Staines, West Middlesex Hospital. Navigate up. Button. 11. Edit box. Search for a bus line. Clear query. Button. All. Tab. 1 of 8. And list. Selected. Bus. Tab. Train. Tab. Tube. Tab. Tramlink. DL Airline. River bus. London buses. Line 11. Towards Liverpool Street. Fulham Broadway. Button. Double tap to activate.
And there it is. There's our 11 bus line. I'll double tap that.
Got it. Read more. Out of list. Off. Receive line updates. Switch. Receive line updates. Double tap.
We could get line updates
Off.
if we want.
Navigation bar. Back. Button. Line. Navigate up. Button. Information for line 11 by London buses. Service alerts. Operation hours. 0. Direction. Towards Liverpool Street. Change direction. Double tap. Station name Edith Grove / World's End. Station details. Full timetable. Station name Oberry Street / World's End. QH. Button. Double tap to activate.
And here are the various stations on the 11 line if I wanted to examine it. So that's a brief flavour of the Moovit app. There's more functionality than I've shown you there, but a very useful app, a little bit verbose in places, but an excellent way to find out how to get from A to B, or indeed when your next bus or tube or train is. One thing I don't think I said in the demo, which I should have done, is I should have clarified the spelling. It's Moovit. It's not quite as you'd expect. Another thing that I only discovered today, because I don't really use the journey planning feature of that app much, but somewhat annoyingly, it didn't take into account underground engineering works. Happily for me, I knew there were some, so I didn't believe the app when it routed me. One of the giveaways was, in my demo, you'll have heard it gave tube arrivals in relative time increments. So it didn't today. It gave it in absolute time. It read me the timetable. So it would have been possible to divine that something fishy was going on. But still, I don't think it should show you routes you can't travel. And finally, it's over to Austin for a demo of a public transport app widely used in India, Chalo.
This demo is of the new app called Chalo. This is an app that lets you track buses around most of the cities in India. You can buy bus passes, bus tickets, and other transportation features. You can only use this app in India. It will not work in other countries. You will need to check with your transportation provider. Like, so for example, in Mumbai, it is BEST. If they support buying pass or buying a visually challenged pass using this app. BEST has stopped supporting the old card system of passes for us, which is also called Zero Pass. Now we need to purchase the pass using this Chalo app. Link to the app will be in the show notes. So we are going to demo the app. I'm going to start the procedure of purchasing. It's a very self-guiding, easy to use procedure. Unfortunately, I cannot show you the whole thing because I have purchased mine. So let's open the app.
Chalo.
So it is Chalo. Talkback is pronouncing it as Chalo or something. Let's open the app. The app is
Chalo.
inaccessible a little
Button.
bit. There are unlabeled buttons, and I think I need to write to the developer to fix this. So the topmost unlabeled button is the menu button.
Menu. View profile.
So the first option in the menu shows your number and followed by a view profile. So it will show you your name, your some of the documents that you have uploaded and all those things. And you can click here and see all about you. If you swipe down, it does not read anything.
Your tickets passes.
That is the third option. Your tickets passes. We'll go into this option little later.
Stops and stations.
Stops and stations. You'll go here.
Favorites.
You can set a favorite stop or a favorite station. And then again, does not read anything.
Alerts and notifications.
And then alerts and notifications.
Support. Change city.
You can change your city. I will explore this list and give you a feel of what cities are supported in India.
Change language. SOS.
You can do SOS if you are in trouble. And then again, it does not read anything.
Share with friends.
You can share the
Message.
APK link.
Follow us on. Unlabeled button.
And then there are
Unlabeled.
unlabeled buttons for
Unlabeled.
each of their social media
SOS.
channels.
Change language.
So let's go to
Change
change
city.
city.
Kalo. Unlabeled button.
And then again, we have the unlabeled
Bedtime
menu
mode.
button.
Select city. Search city. Agra. Bhopal. Bhubaneswar. Chennai. Guwahati. Indore. Jabalpur. Kanpur. Kochi. Kolkata. Lucknow. Mangaluru. Mathura. Meerut. Mumbai. Nagpur. Patna. Prayagraj. Udupi. Vijayawada. Amritsar Beta. Davanagar Beta. Kottayam Beta. Thrissur Beta. Couldn't find your city in the list. Help us choose our next city.
So as I told you that the app is newly launched and they are still working on adding cities. So I should write to them now and tell them about the accessibility problems.
Navigation. Halo.
Let's
Change
go
city.
back.
Support. Alerts and notifications.
Here you can get alerts and notifications if you select your favorite stop and station.
Favorites. Stops and stations.
Let's click here.
Home. Navigate. Near you. Train and bus timetable. Search stops.
So you can do the near me, you can see the train and bus timetable. So I think this is going to replace a lot of the apps slowly.
Unlabeled. Google Map. Ready Bunder Karigan Kalwa. Amruangan. Amruangan. Subhash Tower. Subhash Tower. Vastu Anand. Vastu Anand.
So it's reading all the stops double. This is another bug.
Parsik Nagar. Parsik Nagar. Raj Park. Raj Park. Parsik Shivman. Parsik Shivman. Karigan Naka. Karigan Naka.
So these
Navigate
are
up
some of
button.
the stops that it has read.
Navigation
I don't
bar.
want to choose anything here.
Kalo. Stops. Your tickets passes.
Here, this will show us all our tickets and passes, all our active tickets, passes, all our expired tickets, passes.
Kalo. Unlabeled. Your tickets passes. Help. Selected. Active. Tab.
So there is the active tab
Expired.
and
Tab.
expired tab.
Special concession pass. Expires on the 3rd of January 2025.
So this is the BEST pass that I was talking about. You can purchase it using the Chalo app and it expires. It's a 3-year pass. So they have made the validity as 3 years now. That is the only option you get.
Navigate. Kalo. Your ticket. 9,800,000. Navigation
So
bar.
that is the screen
Pixel
of the
launcher.
menu.
Kalo. 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 Unlabeled. Welcome back. Enter destination or bus number.
You can enter your. This is the tracking screen if you want to track a bus.
Well, enter destination. From Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus to Regal Cinema.
So this shows us our recent route that we have planned.
From my location to Regal Cinema.
So let's
From
click on the first one.
Trip planner. Navigate up. Results. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Regal Cinema. 10:03 p.m. Options. Unlabeled. 14 minutes, 30 rupees, fastest, 103, from Hutatma Chowk or Siddharth College in 30 minutes, change at Hutatma Chowk or Siddharth College, see directions.
So
From
this is
Hutatma
the
Chowk or Siddharth College in 30 minutes,
103 number.
18 minutes, 30 rupees, 107, from Hutatma Chowk or Siddharth College. 28 minutes, 6 rupees, cheapest, C10, from Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus, track bus.
Some of the stops that it gives you, some of the routes is not the correct way that you want to go. So you need to take care of that. If you're traveling to a new place, better to ask someone,
From Chhatrapati
because some of the buses that it has told me is you need to change over, but this route does not have any changeovers. It's a straight route. So let's click on a bus.
28 minutes, 6 rupees, cheapest, C10,
Let's
from Chhatrapati.
click on C10.
Report problem, fetching. Chhatrapati Shivaji
And
Maharaj
now it's
Terminus.
fetching.
Chalo. Google. Maharashtra. Dharavi Depot. Maharashtra Nature Park or PMGP Colony. Rani Laxmi Bai Chow. Rani Laxmi Bai Chow. Lokmanya Tilak. Gandhi Market. Maheshwari. Amulak High School. Wadala
So
Gate.
these are all
Wadala
the
State.
stops that the
Wadala
bus
Madhav Nagar.
travels.
Kidwai Nagar. Dayaneshwar. Siri Railways. Siri Port. Siri Railway Fatak. Jakaria Bunder. Tank Bunder. Kalakauki Pulu. Shrawan Yeshwant Chap. Albert Road or Godapdio. Ray Road. Durukana.
Wow, these are
Best
so many
Powerhouse or
stops.
Kasera.
So as you saw, this is the way that you can track the bus. Now
Navigate. Trip.
let's see.
Home. Back. Kalo. From Chak. Ready Bunder Karigan Kalwa. 409. 14.3 kilometer. Ready Bunder Karigan Kalwa. 494 to Gatpapar bus station. Kalo. Ready Bunder Special concession pass. See all. Your tickets passes.
So on the
From my
main screen
location to
also,
Regal Cinema.
it shows you your tickets
C-
passes.
From your ticket. See all. Special buy bus ticket pass.
So you have to click this if you want to buy a ticket or pass,
See all.
and click see all.
Kalo. Navigate up. Select product type. Super Saver Plan. Cheapest way to travel in the city. New.
Now some of these plans should be supported by your transport provider. Some of them may not support, so it's better to inquire. I think what this does is it will only show you the plans that is supported by your city.
Mobile ticket. Forget cash and travel hassle free with mobile ticket. Senior Citizen Super Saver Plan. Discounted Super Saver Plans for senior citizens. New.
So these are all the products that they have.
Unlimited Rides Pass. Enjoy unlimited trips across the city. Student Pass. Discounted passes for students. Special Concession Pass. Passes with
And this
concessions
is
for
us.
specially able. Special Concession Pass. Passes
The
with
last
concessions for
option.
specially abled, reporters, etc. Kalo. Navigate. Reporter. Handicap.
So you select whatever is your. There is either reporter, handicap,
Retired employee.
retired employee. These are BST employees. So
Choose your plan. 395 rupees. Retired. Handicap. Retired. 0 rupees.
so our plan is 0 rupees,
Selected. 3 years pass. Radio
and that
button.
is the only option that we have.
Next. Button.
And then you need to click next, and then it will ask you to upload your UDID card. If you don't have a UDID card, you have to put your certificate, your disability certificate, and then you have to put your old pass form. If you have a form that you have applied for your old card pass, then you upload that, or you upload a photo of your old pass, and then you hit next and submit your things. And if you do this between 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. between Monday to Friday, the app says that they verify within 1 hour, so you can get your pass done this way. And then you can either start the ride. Once you board a bus,
Screen off.
you have
Ringer
to click
silent.
start ride on your phone. So you remove your phone, click start ride, and so that if anyone asks you, you can show them that you have done it. There is also the card system which they may start, but right now I don't have any news about that. And let's see if you are on the blind Android users email group and Telegram group. I will update you as I get news about this. So this was a short demo of the Chalo app. There is right now nothing in this app. It only is used for buses. You can see train timetables, but it is not used to buy local pass and all at the moment. They may update it in the future.
Thanks very much, Austin. And that's all we have for you this week. Austin, how can people get in touch with us?
There are lots of ways that people can get in touch with us. They can visit our website, blindandroidusers.com, which is built by Doug from Arc Accessibility. They can email us at contactus@blindandroidusers.com with their questions, any submissions that can be recorded and included in the podcast, or any articles for the website. They can join our email groups, blind Android users at groups.io, join the Telegram, Twitter, and Clubhouse. The links will be in the show notes, and definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is currently at 526 subscribers. That is it from us this week.
Thanks very much, everyone, for listening. See you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
And that has been another episode of the Blind Android Users Podcast. As always, we appreciate hearing from you. You send those email messages to contactus@blindandroidusers.com. For those My Android Journey stories, we encourage you to send those to myandroidjourney@blindandroidusers.com. Until we see you in our next episode, you have a wonderful day.